Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Humble Monthly Bundle opening. And let's just crack right into it. I know it's a day late, and Fallout's gonna be a week late because I've been doing not home for a while. But there's a lot of work that goes into making the Fallout videos. So let's go ahead and crack right into June. All right, Forts. Tons of guns. Forts is a physics-based RTS game of building, battling, and causing rubble, in which players must build their base from scratch, arm it to the teeth, and blast their opponents for to bits. Features single-player campaign, online multiplayer, map editor, and mods. So if we can... What's going to happen if I click this picture? Okay. So as you can see, build your bases. You got different types of weapons here. Oh, there's a whole bunch. Just like this missile blowing up into more missiles. And I guess this would be the single player mode where you're trying to capture, yeah, and you get oil. Okay. Oh geez. But all these forts are built the same. So I'm mostly positive, 74 out of 100. Build an armored fort in real time and arm it to the teeth. Collect resources to develop your tech tree. Unlock advanced weapons to target your opponent's weak points. And feel the satisfaction as their fort comes crashing down. Looks like an interesting game, like a very complicated, and I feel like this is going to be a bad comparison, but like a complicated Angry Birds. Maybe more like Castle Storm, probably, but yeah, interesting. Titan Quest Anniversary Edition and Titan Quest Ragnarok. The Anniversary Edition combines Titan Quest and Titan Quest Immortal Throne in one game and has been given a massive overhaul for the ultimate ARPG experience. The Titans have escaped their eternal prison, wreaking havoc upon the earth, and the gods seek a hero who can turn the tide. Alright. So, real quick about Titan Quest. If you have not played words. If you have not played Titan Quest, I would recommend it immensely. I was not one who played Diablo when it first came out, but this was like a huge comparison to Diablo. And this game was so fun, the story was so fun, and the different skills and masteries were really unique and, you know, just very entertaining to play with. And I would highly recommend this. But I am not giving it away because, unfortunately, the Ragnarok DLC was attached to the Anniversary Edition, so I already have the Anniversary Edition, but I didn't have the Ragnarok DLC, so this code gave me that. So here's some footage, or not footage, but pictures. Yeah, so it's a Diablo-like game. Looks like there's like some co-op stuff going on in that other picture, but this one, there's a lot of spells, a lot of masteries. You get, you know, your bar. It's an old game, I'm not gonna lie, but it's amazing, and I think it holds up. In this epic quest of good versus evil, players will encounter the greatest villains of Greek mythology, brave the attacks of Cerberus and the hazard of the banks of the river Styx. The Ragnarok DLC adds a fifth act of unprecedented scope along with many new and requested features, including new weapon types and a 10th mastery for your character to learn. So yeah, the Ragnarok DLC came out like last year or something, and that's crazy. You know, this game, I don't even remember how old I was when I was playing this game, but I was pretty young. It was one of my first games, and they came out with a DLC so much later just because the community loved the game, and so I would recommend getting this. Hearts of Iron 4. Victory is at your fingertips. From the heart of the battlefield to the command center, you will guide your nation to glory and wage war, negotiate or invade. You hold the power to tip the very balance of World War II. It is time to show your ability as the greatest military leader in the world. Will you relive or change history? So, is Hearts of Iron a board game? No, I think I'm of something 44. So, I think this is like a Civilization kind of based game, kind of looking at the map in the background here. Maybe along the lines of I don't know. It's got an 83. It's very positive, and an 88. It's probably fun. We got Black Wave. Black Wave is a multiplayer naval FPS focused on teamwork and cooperation. Man the cannons and fire off coordinated broadsides with other players to sink opposing ships. You will fight as a crew of up to 16 real players on a ship led by another player that has been voted as captain. Modes can have up to 54 players in a battle. So this has been a thing that's existed. And I got like a little rant about pirate games. There's no, like, what I would deem an exceptional pirate game. And what I would deem an exceptional pirate game is just the themes of pirates. Like, there's so much to use, like, again, bad comparison, but I think it speaks to what I would like to see. But like, if Black Sails and Pirates of the Caribbean had an open world RPG game, that would be dope. Like, I want to face all the pirates that we know, like all the famous pirates, Blackbeard, whatever. But I also want to do like the magical stuff, like Davy Jones' Locker and Krakens and other like pirate mythology kind of thing. There's just a lot you could do. You could have collectibles with treasure chests, there's so much that you could put in a pirate game. And I'm a single player kind of person, so I want it to be like a story-based thing that I could play by myself, not necessarily with 54 players. But I think it'd be fun just as a small game to play. Black Wake. Portal Knights. Prove yourself a Portal Knight by leveling up your character, crafting epic weapons, and vanquishing foes in real time in this cooperative 3D sandbox action RPG. Explore dozens of randomly generated islands, build almost anything. In a world torn apart by fracture and terrorized by the Hollow King, you and your friends are its only hope. Interesting. So is it like a dungeon crawler, like a Fate, or I guess Torchlight would be a better example of the first Torchlight? That's kind of what it sounds like to me. I'm not 100% sure. But I love those games, so hopefully this one is pretty good too. Shyness? The Lightning Kingdom. Shyness is an action RPG. Play as Shadow and his companions and travel across the Celestial Islands. A lot of islands going on in this one. On board a flying boat. After a rather rough landing on a hostile territory, you find yourself in the midst of a power struggle between several kingdoms. Shadow might be able to resolve this situation thanks to Shyness, a magical spirit that only he can see. Alright. Action RPG. It kind of makes it sound more like a JRPG in terms of story and like the art style here, but an action RPG, so maybe it's along the line of like the newer Final Fantasy games. Interplanetary Enhanced Edition. Interplanetary is a turn-based strategic artillery game on a cosmic scale. Develop your home planet and use massive barrages to wage war on a galactic battlefield. The Enhanced Edition features include online AI bots, elliptic orbits. Is elliptic right there? Okay. Quick targeting mode, new buildings, and rebalancing, and general fixes and improvements across the board. So a turn-based game. Serial Cleaner. Serial Cleaner is a story-driven, fast-paced stealth action game characterized by a 1970s theme and aesthetics. The protagonist is a professional cleaner, which means he takes care of cleaning up murder scenes by disposing bodies, covering up bloodstains, and hiding murder weapons and other incriminating evidence. The player needs to figure out how to pick the location clean of evidence while not getting caught. It sounds like a very interesting take on like a stealth action game. And I just realized this is his face back here, and he's got like a mustache. And the glasses looks like every character in Narcos. And then the humble original. So, Stumble Hill is a platformer where you control a clumsy penguin, Eki, on their quest to reach the top of the mountain. Eki may fall over and stumble, adding an extra layer of trickiness to mastering the game, but allowing for impressive feats such as somersaults. This way, the game adds an interesting twist to an otherwise classic platforming. So, I mean, I'll just go ahead and say it. I think this is trying to ride off the success of, was it Over the Hill or something? By the one where you're in a pot or a cauldron with a hammer and you're climbing up a mountain. I think that's a thing now. It's just mountain climbing games where you fall back to the start. So, and then the next Humble Bundle, there's going to be the Escapist 2, Hat in Time, and Cohen Exiles. And I know very little about all of these games except Escapist. I know a good bit about Escapist, but I don't know anything about Cohen, and I don't know anything about A Hat in Time. So, we'll find out next month. Thanks for watching. Peace out. Goodbye.